A speakeasy is the name given to a hangout that served alcohol during a time of prohibition in America in the 1930s, having secret codes and system just to get into one. Though this sounds like a history lesson, similar codes are shared between artists and a group of friends just to keep their getaway private. The Gallery Cafe in Banjaras, Hyderabad is setting itself up to becoming a renaissance of food and art. A cafe with an art gallery built in. This concept destination is full of new ideas at every corner. Walking in feels like passing into a sanctum of chai and natural light. The canvases that sprawl around the place give it that aura of creativity and calmness. Making this menu a masterpiece, drawing you in with every page, join our food guide Krishna Monala for more of this revolution in a cafe.
Thanks, Zara. Having studied art and animation, this place hits close to home for me, being a haven for practicing artists from different creative fields who come in to share a chai and chow down. Gallery Cafe has an old-world charm that invites you in unlike any other cafe, encouraging you to work on your masterpiece with no worries. Their menu is as creative as their regulars, so today I'm excited to show you how to eat art. Cream of mushroom soup. This is a soup that is an ancient recipe almost, originating in Italy and many parts of France. Made famous by Campbell's, and then being mass produced by Campbell's also gives you a name and also gives you a lot of gourmet twists. This being one of them. Let's try it out. Oftentimes when I have cream of mushroom soup, I feel personally that it lacks a certain thickness or viscosity. I mean, the audacity that you have when you call a dish cream of mushroom soup, it has to be creamy. This one lives up to the name and is rich and creamy, and the mushrooms are nice and tender and a bit, rubbery on the outside and super soft on the inside. A must try. Alfredo sauce with garlic bread. This garlic bread is crunchy on the outside and so soft on the inside that in your mouth it'll probably feel like you're levitating. I know because I squeezed it. You're like, how do you know? You didn't taste it. I just know. I just know. With this Alfredo sauce that is usually reserved for a creamy pasta, this appetizer is a filling treat. Let's try it out. The rich cheesy sauce really holds up, adding a new layer to an appetizer that is served with many different things and also turned into a bruschetta, but in this case there's no meat and it's still rich and still filling. Come check it out. Corn and spinach focaccia. Now, this is a sandwich that comes to us wrapped in the herb-seasoned Italian flatbread with a texture a little bit like pizza, but it is chewier and a bit less filling. Now, this sandwich is a creamy mix of spinach and cheese. Enough spinach to make Popeye save olive oil from Bluto. Let's try it out. The cheese and the crunchy spinach mixed with the oregano and the olive on the bread really kind of makes a ball of flavor in your mouth. This sandwich is to die for. Come try it out. Spaghetti in curry sauce. Now this is the house special, bringing us a fusion dance that is powered by the best from the West as well as the East, giving you a white sauce that is armored in Madrasi curry powder full of aromatic spices that engulf the spaghetti, creating something that is a portrait of two different cultures on your tongue. Let's try it out. The Madrasi curry powder mixed with the white sauce gives it an almost Thai flavor because the cheese mixed with the curry powder almost gives it a coconutty touch, except it has its own distinct flavor because it is a very mild yet spicy Madrasi curry powder mixed with the cheese from the white sauce, which makes this dish something that I've never tried before and something that you have to come try as well. Vegetable pilaf. Now, this is a dish that is a long grain basmati rice that is cooked in the broth of garlic and onions. And then chunky vegetables are thrown in throughout. They are buttered and cooked beforehand and served with this delicious tomato sauce and grilled veggies. I can't wait to try it. My favorite part about this dish is the creamy sauce as well as the perfectly cooked vegetables that add a perfect complement to the rice, which is also spliced with paneer. This is every vegetable that's good for you, green and great. Check it out. Eggplant, zucchini, and other vegetables that are sauteed on a pan with garlic and tomatoes before being thrown into the oven after being layered like a lasagna. And when they come out, they are so soft you can cut them with a plastic fork. Softer than a rom-com. The cheese sauce on top of this dish adds a new level to the word rich, giving you an oozing explosion of cheese and flavor in every bite, along with your perfectly cooked, soft as baby deer vegetables. I don't know what that tastes like, but I'm sure it's not as good as this. And no baby deer had to die, so you gotta come try this. The Nutella waffle. Now this is a crunchy waffle made on a waffle maker, freshly made to order, served with fresh fruits with Nutella spread all over the top. Now this is sure to taste like a poem of chocolate in your mouth. Let's try it out. This is a treat that is healthy and that will make you forget about calories at the same time, making you run and eat chocolate at once. That's what this is on one plate. Affogato, which is Italian for drowned. This dessert is 1 scoop of gelato, which is Italian ice cream that is enhanced with butter, sweetened and compressed. And then they add a shot of espresso and a sea of coffee that this gelato is drowned in and anchored in. This is the mother of fall sugar rushes. Let's try it out. Gelato mixed with an espresso shot. I have never eaten ice cream this fast in my life, and I don't know what the next 2 hours are gonna be like. I'm excited to find out. You should come try this dish. Chillo coffee made with sweetened milk and espresso. This is a take on the Vietnamese coffee. Now, the Vietnamese coffee, which is made like an Americano except with sweetened milk, this is a take on the Vietnamese coffee, and chocolate is added to give it an extra hint of sweetness. Let's try it out. The sweetened milk and the chocolate give this grown-up coffee with espresso in it a bit of sweetness as well as a creamy kick to it, making it strong and playful at the same time. Colombian coffee. A decaffeinated coffee that is an export of Colombia that won't take you to jail. Unless you keep having it over and over again and all your friends start dying, but you don't care. You keep having it. Let's try it out. Being very smooth in its texture, but still giving you that bitterness from the coffee powder and that strength you prefer. Not my cup of tea, but definitely my cup of coffee at this place. Come try it out. Bella coffee. Now this is a coffee coming to us all the way from the hill stations of Kurg. This coffee is heated back with jaggery or palm sugar to give it a distinct, thick, sweetened taste. Let's try it out. Now, I'm not much of a black coffee person because I'm not a sniper who served time in Vietnam and has a bleak outlook on the world, but the jaggery or the palm sugar in this black coffee made me forget about all that because it completely took the bitterness away while retaining the strength that people usually prefer and the simplicity from black coffee, but with a nice sweet kick to it. But the jaggery is so sweet and the black coffee is so bitter that they both kind of balance each other out, making it really, really great to drink. Filter coffee. This is a version of coffee that hails from South India, made in a manual filter till the coffee powder is compressed and then boiling water is added so that when you're drinking it, the decoction settles in the bottom and spreads throughout the coffee, giving it a full-bodied flavor. Let's check it out. The compression of the coffee powder gives off a pungent smell of coffee beans in every sip, and the milk adds a nice smoothness and texture to it, giving you a strong kick in the morning or whenever you need it, along with a nice smooth hint of flavor. This is a must try. Come check it out. Hibiscus tea. This is a tea that is infused with hibiscus flower petals, giving it its signature dark red wine-like color, served with honey to give it an extra soothing touch of sweetness. Let's try it out. The sweetness from the flower petals paired with the sweetness from the honey mixed with this tea makes it really soothing and at the same time gives it a nice pungent kick. This is definitely something you gotta check out. Come try it out. The hot chocolate at Gallery Cafe smells like it is from a fresh source that you could go and swim at. A chocolate waterfall that you can just go and do backstrokes in like Daffy Duck and spit out chocolate. But alas, it is the next best thing. A mix of whipped cream and Nutella. The savory hazelnut cocoa spread is now in this hot chocolate, making it something special. Let's try it out. I feel like I'm 12 and I'm in the woods, camping, or I'm sneaking this away without telling my mom and having it because it's so rich. The mixture of the whipped cream, if you'd like, you can mix it in. I like to drink it over the top because it's so thick and heavy and delicious. Definitely a must try at Gallery Cafe. Come check it out.
Imagine adults in a treehouse after a long day, trying to have their evening tea on a tire swing, holding their laptop. Finding your getaway to create isn't as simple when you're a grown-up. Gallery Cafe is the perfect combination of a place to eat and a place to just be, connecting artists with patrons and foodies. With their next guilty pleasure, this cafe is someone's infectious idea, and I'm happy to be able to sit in it. So join us on this journey, and please subscribe to Hungree India on YouTube, and also please log on to hungree.in, where we make food an adventure.